Hi to everyone. After a long time, I am posting in my channel Excel Python Solutions. This time, I am dealing with the question paper written by the students for term 1 on 22nd December. The QP code is 091 and the question paper set is 4. It is a computer science paper, and here one thing I want to say is I am not going to deal the questions in order. Rather, the questions will be dealt with based on the topics, and I am going to give the answers with the explanations with some additional concepts that are related to that questions. As this question papers may be followed by the next year students, so I am going to deal with the concepts related to the questions also. So here you will be having some more informations additionally added to the question paper. Going to the first question, here they have asked for the invalid identifier. So you have to know about the identifier and the keywords. In identifier, you will be having the variables names, function names, likewise you will be having. So there are some rules regarding the framing of these variables or functions or identifiers. So all these are user defined, but some keywords are available in the Python library. These are the keywords or the reserved words. In Python 3.7 version, we are having 33 keywords. If you want to know the list of keywords in Python, you can use the import keyword in your command line prompt and then the keyword .kw list to get the list of keywords. It will be listing. Next is the second question, where they have asked for the pickle module, the functions or method of that. You know that reader, writer are the wrong one, and then read off is related to the file. So here load is the only one option left out to find against that pickle module. So that is the answer. So here I am going to give you some more information. So regarding the Python pickle module, why it is needed for serialization and deserialization. So what is serialization? You know that the informations are carried across the network in the forms of bits, that is zeros and ones. So here the byte data has to be accessed. So every complex object structure has to be converted into a byte stream, and that can be saved in the disk to send through the network. So this process of conversion into byte stream is called as the serialization, and the reverse process of this, that is the converting the byte stream into the complex object structure, is called as the deserialization. So pickle module will be dealing with the binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones, and then it is not readable by the humans. In your syllabus we are having dump off and load off as the two function or method used in the pickle module. One is to write, another one is to read. And then there are two other functions that is also available in pickle module, which is not in your syllabus: dump s off, load s off. So what is the difference between these two is, one is, that is, dump off and load off will be dealing with the file object. It will be dealing with the file object, whereas these two functions will be dealing with the byte object. And the other thing is load and then loadfs. You see, both the things are related to the read, but here it reads the file object, here it reads the byte object. Likewise, dump and dumps, here you see it is dealing with the write. Here it serializes and returns, and it does not deal with the writing. This is one extra information regarding the pickle module. Again, moving on to the another information, extra information is that regarding the pickle, you will be using pickling and unpickling for serialization and deserialization. Technically, when related to the computer, network will be using serialization and deserialization as the two technical terms. Coming to the pickle, in Python, we'll be using pickling and unpickling. And some will be saying that it is like marshalling and unmarshalling. But there is a difference in marshalling with the pickle. The difference is that in Marshall, the user-defined class as well as the instance of the classes are not able to be dealt with the Marshall. Again, another difference is that each and every time for every object it will be serialized. That is, even though the object is serialized, again when it comes, it takes it and then it serializes it. That is, one-time serialization is not supported. But the pickle will be handling both these concepts. One drawback with the pickle module is that it will not consider, that is, it has the issue of naming the persistent objects and the concurrent access to the persistent objects. This is some extra informations which I have given. Question 11. This question is related to the pickle module. So here they are asking for the incorrect statement with the pickled binary files. You know that load and dump, they are the two functions or methods under the pickle module. Likewise, pickle module, it is used to write the binary files. So all these three options are correct. So the extra information is CSV module. So this is the answer. Third question. Here you can see they are given a string S assigned as welcome and they are asking for this statement print S of. So here this is the slicing operator used in Python. Here you see slicing operator, you know that the index will be starting from the position 0. So it is 0 and this is 1, 2, likewise it goes on. So it has to start from the 1. So it starts with the letter E and then the slicing will be taking place by 2. So it starts at E, this is 1 and this is the second letter, so it will be printing C. Again here this is 1 and this is 2, so it will be printing M. So use of this slicing operator, the output is ECM and here I have given how it operates, that is n is to m, where it starts at the character at the index n and then not including the character at index m. So if m is the last character, it will not be including. Here I have given an additional example. Here you see a set of numbers given in this A, that is array, and then here I have used some 15 functions related to this and I have given the answers for this too. You can refer it. Moving to the 10th question, which is related to string. Here they have given the string s1 is equal to hello. They are asking for the statement which gives the error. Here you see this statement print s1 of 4. So index at 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at the index 4 it is having O as the letter or character. So it prints the character O. And then here this S1 is initialized to S2. So S2 is also a string. When you are going to make a print statement after the statement print of S2, it will be printing the hello. Moving to the third one, S1 is equal to S1 of 4. Here in this S1 of 4, you see here the S1 of 4 is already we have seen in S1 of 4 is it is O. So this O will be assigned to S1. Okay. Next S1 of 4 is equal to Y. So if this is a set of statements continuously you are writing in the command prompt line or in a Python file, it will be saying that it is a string object that does not support the item assignment. If you want to replace the character, for example, if you want to replace the character at the index 4 with Y, then the direct assignment is not possible. In Python, we are having the built-in function replace of under the string. So here it will be replacing the old value with the new value. So this is the string. Sorry, this is the syntax. So this is a wrong statement. I have given one example. For example, if the string is having hello, the variable is having the hello as a string, and if you want to replace this O by Y, then you can replace it with the help of this replace function. And then if you are printing it, this O will be replaced with the letter Y. Here we are going to deal with the questions related to the file, read, write, and then read, write, and then append mode. So you know that for handling the text files, we will be using read mode, write mode, and then the append mode. In read, you will be having three modes, that is read, R plus, and then RB plus. This plus indicates both read and then write, and this B indicates the binary format. Likewise, in write, it is having the same thing, write and binary, here both with the binary file, and then with the append, the same categories. So here you can notice that all the modes has to be represented in this lowercase letters. So regarding this, which of the following statement is not correct? Here you see, this is the answer, since here they have said that write the content, but the given mode is R. If it is R, we can only read, so we can't write. The other modes we can write. So this is an option. And next, moving to the fifth question regarding the text file, they are asked to get the statement, that is the correct statement, to read and display. But they have given that the other options are load, dump, and then write. Load and dump, you know, it is related to the pickle module, that is to the binary file format. But here it is a text format, so leave that both options. Next, moving to write, it is for writing. Here they are asking to read and display, so this is the correct option. Then sixth question, again they are asking for a incorrect statement to write the content into it. They have given W, A, and then W plus. All these options are correct, but here they have given it with a capital letter A, that is uppercase. I have already said that the mode should be represented in lowercase letter. So this is the incorrect statement. Next, as usual, you know, there is no doubt in this, how to close a file in Python. Eighth question, the correct usage of tell off of a file object. What it tells, the current position in a file stream. It will be giving the byte value, that is the byte position, with the integer value. Regarding this tell off, there is another function which is related to it. It is the seek-off. Since you are having the question regarding this seek-off, you will see that is it has the ability to, that is we can change the current file position with the seek-off method. So I have given some simple statements where you can get the byte position of the file pointer as an integer value. Then the 12th question is regarding this seek-off. So as I have said, it will be able to change, that is the file positions can be altered, the file pointer at the desired offset within the files. So this is the syntax, and I have given the explanation. Next is here, next question is related to the logical operators. Here and or not are the logical operators in Python, and in is not a logical operator. The 13th question, they have asked for the expansion of CSV. You know that it is comma separated values. So it is a file which is like that of Microsoft Excel or the Google spreadsheets. Here the data are saved in the form of tabular form. And one information regarding this CSV is that it will be having the file as a single sheet, and it cannot able to save a single column or cell or row as we do in the Excel or the Google spreadsheets, but it has all the functions related to that of the spreadsheets. Moving to the 14th question, here they are asking for the data type of this variable x. Okay, So here I have given one example related to this. That is, they have given it as x and I have taken it as data. So data is equal to, if it is f dot read off, then the data type of that is string. If it is like this, then it is also the data type string and it runs the 10 bytes. Read line, it is also of the data type string. But here they are asked for this. So here it is a list. So I have included all this. Regarding the 15th question about the default parameters. So here the function call. When you are calling a function, you have to give the parameters. They have said that default parameters and then the positional parameters. The question is regarding that, which is not correct in the context of position and default parameters. You know that the default parameters should occur at the right of the positional parameters. So the default parameters are only at the right side, and then to the left of the default parameters is the positional parameters. So based on that, we can say that the answer B is the wrong one, because positional parameters must occur to the right of default parameters. It should occur at the left of the default parameters. So other options are the correct options. Then the 16th question, they have given a, that is, they have defined a function, and based on that function, they have asked which function call is the error call. So they have given four options. These are the four options, but I have changed the options in order, in order to, if you run this program, you can get the result. So such that I have changed the options. You see here, this is the function definition, and I have included one value to get the result. So sum is equal to x plus y and print sum return. So I have, if the function is called with this, what it does, the value of x is taken as 15 and y is taken as 25. So here it adds and then it gives the value as 40. Again in this, here the values are assigned to the variable. Again the values are taken, 15, 25 will be getting 40. Here you see the position parameters has assigned a value 25. Default parameter, the value 20 is taken. Since the value of y is not given, it takes the default value. So you will be getting the answer as 45. And moving to this, the default value has been changed. But what, the value of x is not given. So this is the error statement. Regarding the question 17, the question is related to the local and then the global scope. As we all know, built-in functions and then the global scope, and then it encloses the local scope. So the variables that are in this local scope will lose its lifetime when it exits this local. For example, in functions, the variable which are inside the functions, after it returns the value, that value will be lost. And here you can go for this global scope. This can be used in the local scope as well as the out of the functions, but the local keyword is not able to change the value of the local variable in the global scope. That is, local keyword is used to change the value of local variable in global scope. If the local variable is placed here, that value will not get affected. That is, not affected in sense its lifetime will be here only. So this is not available in the global scope. So this is the wrong one. Regarding this 18th question, they have asked for the default character. That is the default character for the new line parameter of the CSS. If it is a new line, then we can say that it is \n. But in your book, there is a \r with \n. This is for the Windows OS, and for UOL, that is the end of line. This is the value \n. I don't know, there is a confusion with this \n and then this. I don't know how they are going to give the marks for this question. The answer is \n. They have given the option as \n, \t, semicolon, and then the comma. You know that comma is acting as a default delimiter in a CSV file, and here \n is the correct answer. Moving to the 19th question. Here they have given a statement with the expression. So you have to evaluate this from expression. When evaluating the expression, you should take the operator precedence. So here we are having three operators. One is addition, another one is power exponentiation, another one is the division. So according to the operator precedence, this is having the higher priority. So it is executed first. So 3 to the power of 2 is 9, and the next operator is division, so it is dividing and giving it as 4.5. Next is the addition operator, so the answer is 9.5. So whenever the expression is given, you should deal with the operator precedence. Moving to the 20th question, here they are asking to identify which is not a tuple. You know that tuple is a list and it cannot be modified and it should be of the defined order. This is the difference between the tuple and then the list. And then the list is represented in this type of bracket, whereas list is in the square bracket. Here you see all these are in the form only. So all are tuple. This is the answer, but they have given the option. I don't know whether they'll give the mark for this question or not. Next is the 21st question. They are asking the function of the OR method, that is not of a random module. You know that this random float is not available, so that is the answer. And one additional information is, if you want to know what are the modules available in your Python version, go for this help of modules in the command prompt line. It will be listing the modules available in your Python version. And then if you want to know about the specific module, then give the name of that specific module here, and then you can get the informations regarding that. Then 22nd question is related to string operation. You see all these operations here, this is appending. So here this one, it happens 10 to this string, and here it happens 10 to this string, and here welcome will be printed 10 times. So this specifies the number of times the string to be printed, but here it specifies a decimal value floating point. So this is an error statement. The error is a type error. It can't multiply sequence by non-int of type float. In 23rd question, they have given a tuple with values. Here it includes the values and also a list is included in this. So here it is having a two-dimensional array format. So it will be, this specifies the index 2, that is 0, 1 and 2. So it takes this as a element representing this 2 index, and in that it has to represent the 1, that is 0 and then 1. You know that the index will be starting from 0, so it is 0, 1, 2. So list is taken for this 2 and 1. So here in this it is accessing the first element, that is 0, 1. So the index 1 element is 40. So for this value it is assigning the value 100, and then this is the answer. Moving to the 24th question, here they are asking for the output again. You can say that this is the error statement, that is the error is list can be added with the list, that is we can concatenate any two lists or three lists, but here they are asking to concatenate a integer. So this will be giving the error statement, and it is a type error. The last question of the section A is, they are asking for the output. Here you see they have declared a dictionary, and then you know that the dictionary has to be declared in the form of this syntax, that is key and then the value pair. So key value pair. So they have declared here, and they have asked to print the statement John in D and 19 in D, and a separator is used. Here the hash symbol is used. You know that searching for a key, if the key is present or not, it will be displaying. If the key is present, it will be displaying true, and if it is not present, it will be displaying false. Also in that it will be searching for only the key and not the value. So this is key and this is the value. So here they have given this statement John, this is the key. Yes, it is present in this dictionary D. You see here John is present, so it will be giving true, and this is the value, so it will be giving false. and we are using a separator hash. So the answer is this. Moving to the some more options if the additional informations. For example, you consider this search. Here you see it is also in this dictionary, this is also in the dictionary. So true and true, the separator is this. Here you see this is the value and this is also the value. So here it will be giving false and false. And again you see here this is the value and this is the key. So here it is false and here it is true. So these statements will be checking for only the key and not the value. If both the keys are present, it is true and true. If one is key, another one is value. For the key value, it will be giving the value as true. So thank you. So I have dealt with the section A part. The next session I'll be dealing with the section B questions. Thank you for everyone who are all watching this.